Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Spreading the News. This is episode 41 here on April 16th. Just finished a big game. Yankees just split with the Twins. I am your host, Chase Carucci, and we are joined by Brian.
Hey everybody, how are we doing? We were off last week because it was Easter and we just couldn't record. But now we're back and we got a lot to talk about. So I'm excited.
Danny.
Yeah, what's up? Apologies for last week. I know the fans were clamoring for an episode, but I tried. Chase and Brian didn't give me any help last week. I tried with Chase a bunch and he said he didn't want to, so it was on them. I tried. Sorry, guys. But episode 41. It should be episode 42 on Jackie Robinson week,
Total
but
BS. Total BS.
not
Anyways,
BS. I tried many times.
it's BS.
Same BS.
Anyways, um, look, I just we need to bring back our Yankee of the week. I'm excited to bring back the Yankee of the week. I guess we could just start off with that. Um, do you guys want to just jump? Like, if one of you want to jump right in, just go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Me.
Okay.
Yankees, first things first. The Yankees are 10-6. They are the only team in the league not to lose a series yet, so that's pretty cool. You think our
Wait,
record would
wait,
be
wait, 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 wait.
not to lose a
How
series? Did I say win?
how have the Rays not
Yeah, the Rays
lost?
They
haven't
lost. The
this
Rays
season.
just lost this weekend to the Twins. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Twins.
They did?
To the fucking not the Twins, the Blue Jays. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays.
They
Aren't
lost
they?
two in a row. I knew they lost their
Oh,
first
right,
one.
right, right.
Yeah,
So
they lost two in a row. So they lost
their
that series. So the Yankees are the only team not to lose a series. So that's pretty impressive so far.
Yeah, fuck the Rays, those idiots.
Yeah, they're really good. So my Yankee of the week is Ace Gerrit Cole. Of course, I'm very excited about this because I predicted Cy Young. I bet Cy Young. Brian with the nice pressure as a privileged shirt. Chase with cool shirt too. Cole de
Yeah,
blooded.
where's your shirt? Where's your shirt, asshole?
I got a Cortland.
This guy has Gerrit Cole as his Yankee of the week. He doesn't even have a Gerrit Cole
I got
shirt
a
know,
on.
I
what
got a
an
Cortland
idiot.
red jug Yankee shirt. Shout out Cortland. So Gerrit Cole has been our ace since the last time we talked was opening series. He's had 3 starts since then. He went against the Phillies in a 4-2 victory, 6 1/3 with 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, only letting up 1 earned run. After that game, his ERA was down to a 0.73, not 7.3, 0.73. Then we go to the Guardians, and honestly, of the week, I was really impressed with this start. Because he didn't like his fastball in this game at all. You could tell in the beginning he wasn't locating it well. He wasn't feeling it. He let up 2 runs in the first inning, but he bounced back, went 7 innings pitched. And why this impressed me, 7 innings pitched, only allowed those 2 runs that he let up in the first. He only had 3 strikeouts in this game. We know Gerrit Cole is a strikeout machine. He broke the Yankee record last year for strikeouts. But the fact that he could get it done in this game without having his strikeout pitch working, that impressed the hell out of me. Like, that is awesome to see because last year we saw when Gerrit Cole didn't have a strikeout pitch going, there was balls going over the fence. But in this game, he showed that he could get you out in a bunch of different ways. It doesn't have to be just the strikeout. And it was awesome to watch. And we won a big game in Cleveland. In that game, destroyed them. That was the 11-2 game. But then today, backs against the wall, don't want to lose a series against the Twins after losing the first 2, come back yesterday, win 1. So we have our ace on the mound. He goes 9 innings, 10 strikeouts, only 2 hits. In the 5th inning, he had a no-hitter going into the 5th. I thought, watching him pitch, honestly we were about to see something like a no-hitter. We still did see something special. The complete game shutouts aren't very common anymore. It's his first one since 2021, when I think that was the Astros game where he struck out Jordan at the end. But Gerrit Cole, I hope everyone listened to me and got their Cy Young bets in. I provided reasoning. That was the most confident of my bold prediction. And he is awesome. He is looking dominant. He is the best pitcher in the league. He will win Cy Young. And he's just awesome. He's awesome on the mound. He inhales bananas in the dugout like it's his job as well. Today was hilarious. They pan to him opening a banana. Then they go to the pitch. They pan back, and he's got his face full of banana, and the banana's gone. But he was awesome. Him and Trevino on the same page, and I love it. Gerrit Cole is back. He's our ace. Oh, I love him.
Cole never left, is what I would say to that.
Never left. Well, he left for an
I
offseason. Everybody left for an offseason.
I almost feel so far through these first couple of starts for Cole, he's 4-0. I can't remember what you said his ERA is down to now.
0.95.
0.95.
Down to
0.95 ERA.
0.95.
Under 1 ERA.
I almost feel a little silly taking his over in our over under segment we had a couple episodes ago.
I was the only one of the
I think
four
it
that
was
said under
3.15 his line was at, if I'm not mistaken. I mean,
or
like I said, it's still
or 8.
April. It's still April. It's still so early. A lot can go wrong. Hopefully not, knock on wood. But I feel silly after seeing the way he's pitched so far. Like I was saying, like we're gonna get those blow up games, and like he hasn't even been close to that yet. Of like showing us that he's gonna give that blow up game. He's been the best pitcher in baseball over this stretch, and I don't think it's even up for a debate at this point. I mean, obviously there's a lot of really really good pitching right now around the league, but I think he's given his team the most, especially the Yankees, because like I feel like he's come out and given them the wins they need. Obviously being 4-0 first pitcher in baseball to reach 4 wins. Um, so yeah, I mean, he's been amazing and it's awesome to see. I absolutely love it. I'm a huge Cole fan, and I was gonna say something else about Cole, but I can't remember what it was. So if it
Maybe
comes back to
smiling
me,
on the mound.
no, not the smiling. I can't remember what it was. Um, I don't know. If you, Brian, if you wanted to say, I'll think if you wanted to say
I'm feeling
anything.
good about taking his under on that ERA,
Yeah.
Chase.
I mean, what more can you say about Cole? He just looks so good. Short hair, long outings. I love it. The complete game shutout today was exactly what you wanted against Minnesota, who's been really good to start the year. The strikeouts are there. Everything's working. It's reminiscent to me of Astros Cole. It's like every time he's out there, like we win. Like obviously so far, and what you want to do is win the games. He's won all 4 of his starts. My thing is always the ace starts winning streaks, ends losing streaks. That's what he's done all year, obviously, because he hasn't lost yet. Don't want to jinx anything there, but he's just been electric. Like he again been the best pitcher in baseball, and I expect more of it to continue. He just looks everything looks great. Like his breaking pitches look great. The fastball's live. His control's there. Like it's crazy to say that like this might be the first time as Yankees he's looks like he's put it all together. But like this has been the best he's been. This is the best stretch I can remember. Again, 4 starts, but he's just been insane, and I can't wait for his starts every week.
Yeah, and one more thing I wanted to mention. Looking forward to the weekend. Next weekend, I know we have the Angels coming to town Tuesday, so can't take them lightly, can't overlook them. But the weekend, we have our first Toronto series, and I did the math. I'm pretty sure we will be getting an Alek Manoah versus Gerrit Cole start at the stadium, and that excites me a lot. And I don't know if you guys have been seeing what Alek Manoah has been doing. He got lit up by the Rays today. His ERA a lot different than Cole. His ERA right now is at a 6.98 to start the year, so he's going to be coming to the stadium looking to bounce back. We know how he feels about us. You know how we feel about him. So not to look over the Angels, can't take them lightly, can't overlook them, but I'm excited for that Toronto series this weekend.
You said that's this weekend, Danny?
Yeah, it's the coming weekend. Yeah,
That'll be fun. Maybe what did we have? We had a one brawl this year between the Yankees and Blue Jays. Who knows? Maybe that could be an early contender. So, we'll see. But I do remember what I was gonna say about Cole. I think so far throughout his young season, I think he's struck out 8 or more batters in every start except for against the Guardians. And in that game against the Guardians, I took his over on Prize Picks for his taco. That was at I think 5.5 or 6.5. So the one game that I bet on Cole, I figured this is free money. He didn't hit, so
they know
that
what they're
was
doing
that.
over there.
But yeah, like you said, Danny, but even like in that game, like just getting the outs that he needed to get, finding ways to get through it. Didn't have his strikeout stuff that game, still did it, and that's what aces do. And Brian, since you brought up, him being happy today, I also want to just say, like, today, like we were talking in the group chat, looked the happiest I've ever seen him on the mound. Like he just seems like happy this year. Like he just had a second kid. Looks like he ate a lot during the off season, but so maybe feeling that a little bit, feeling a little
Short hair.
short hair, cleaning up a little bit. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's on to something. And I think one other thing that I wanted to mention before we move on from Gerrit Cole, is that his fastball just looks so much better this year, and I feel like he's not relying on, I guess, his blow by stuff. I mean, yes, obviously it's still a big factor for him, but like he's like painting corners. He's getting balls on the black. Like he is locating his fastball where he wants it to go. And that's been the problem for him over the last couple of years, is that he would always just throw it down the middle, try to blow by guys, couldn't do it. Now he's locating. So I guess when he's locating, it's going to be a dangerous day on the mound when you're facing Gerrit Cole.
He actually said that he mentioned that in his post game interview with Meredith. I was watching the game still. He said that that's what he's trying to do with his fastball. Use it all over the zone, hit every corner of the zone, every side of the zone. Like that's what he's trying to do. Locate his fastball everywhere, and I love it. And his knuckle curve looks great as well. Just really, I mean, he looks great. He's dominant, and yeah, it's awesome.
Well, Garrett's been great. There have also been some other great Yankees during the stretch. Brian, I want to guess your Yankee of the week because I feel like we have the same one.
All right, go ahead.
But I guess I feel like if I guess yours, then I'll give away mine.
No, guess who you think mine is.
Okay. I see you with Franchi.
That is a very good guess because it would have been my set like that. I was between him
we
and
got to talk about French.
we will. It could be Chase's.
I mean, hey, who knows? Who knows?
But no, I was between the two. And if you went before me and you picked my guy, French, you would have been my guy, but you didn't. So you're letting me go. So I could guess. But no. First Yankee of the week of the year. So I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. It's gotta be the kid. It's gotta be Volpe. He's had a great week. He started off very slow. We know, but like I also kind of expected that. I didn't see him coming in and tearing up the big leagues from opening day. He struggled at the beginning. His season numbers aren't great, but it's not even been a month yet. But over the last 7, 263, 364 on base percentage. And he hit his first big league homer and he's up to 7 steals. Like, what more can you want? He's played a good shortstop. He had those 2 rough plays at the beginning of the year, but like actually over the last week, I think Volpe's been awesome. And every time he's getting on, he's running. I want to give it to him, especially because he hit his first big league homer, like I mentioned, but that was big. And I think he just looks a lot more comfortable. I think he's figuring it out a little bit. I think I actually like him. I like him in the leadoff spot in the big leagues. I think since they've started doing that, he's looked a little better up there. But yeah, I wanted to give it to the kid. I think he deserves it. He had a really good week. I'm not giving it to him just because he's Volpe. Like, he actually did have a good week. And I think he's only, he's getting better. It's actually, oh no, yeah. He has 7 stolen bases on the year. I mean, he's on pace for a lot. He steals every time he's on.
Every time he's
7
on,
for
he
7.
steals,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
true,
So he's really, again, season numbers aren't great. I know he's hitting 191, but like recently, I think he's looked good. I think he's gonna turn some heads. I mean, and also let me just say, the idiots that were calling for him to be like sent down at the beginning, I want to tell you that you are so dumb. I was seeing that on Twitter. All these guys start slow. Like, they're not gonna come up and tear up immediately. Like Adley, J-Rod, all these guys started slow. Like, they'll be fine. And I'm very confident people will be fine. I'm not saying he's gonna have a great year this year, but he had a good week, so I'm giving him props for it.
Yeah, no, and I do like Volpe at the leadoff spot especially if he's going to keep getting on base, stealing bases. Because I've mentioned before, I like DJ in RBI spots. I think DJ is one of our best hitters in scoring position. I mean, the numbers back that up as well. I love DJ hitting 5, with runners on base, getting an RBI. Like we saw today, DJ drove in our only 2 runs today with a solo shot and a single that scored Judge. But it's all, and watching Volpe on the base paths, it is like he has. You guys have noticed how he steals, right? He has that weird little hop and then go. I've kind of never seen that. Like, it used to be like the delayed steal. That's what we used to do for our delayed steal. We'd take 2 shuffles, then go. But he does it. He times it so perfectly where he's doing that hop, and once the pitcher is releasing, then he's gone. Like, and it's awesome. I love it,
bro. It's so cool. It's so funny that you say that because me and Christian were watching the game today, and Christian was saying, when Volpe's getting ready to steal, he actually dances on the bases like Chadwick Boseman in the movie 42. Like, he's actually dancing around the bases. Like it's funny. You gotta pay attention to that the next time you see.
Yeah, because he has a small lead, so he's not going to get picked off. He has a small lead and he gets that hop. He times that hop perfectly, and then he goes.
I have a cool anecdote about that, actually. Listeners, I know you guys know one of my best friends here at school. Played high school baseball against Volpe multiple times. They were at the 2 biggest schools in Jersey, and my friend was the catcher for Don Bosco, and he actually threw Volpe out once. But he said, like, we were watching Volpe opening day, or just whenever he was like on. Oh yeah, because didn't he walk opening day? And he walked and then stole.
Yeah.
And stole. Yeah. So like he was doing that shuffle thing, and my friend was like, "Oh my god! Like, I remember this from Del Barton. They all do that. Like, that's what they teach them in high school. Wow. Like, every guy in that Del Barton team did that, and Volpe's like carried that all the way up to the big leagues. Which is pretty cool.
Wow, yeah, that's awesome. That's
really cool. I guess they've all been watching 42 a lot.
Yeah, I guess
when they go back and look at the film, I guess they watch 42.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, sad. I was actually thinking about that the other day, but yeah, I mean Volpe has been good. I wouldn't say he's been great so far, but like obviously, like you said, Brian, it comes with being a rookie. These guys don't come up, and I mean most of them, very very small percentage of guys come up and just shine right away. But But one thing that I guess while we're on the topic that I did want to mention to you, Brian, I've spoken about it with Danny a few times already. Um, but one thing that I've noticed about Volpe is he's very, very much so expanding the zone, as compared to spring training, and he's also like I feel like he's swinging for the fences like literally every single time he's at the plate. Which is like I mean I guess it's normal. Like he's a young player trying to find his feet in the big leagues. Um, but it's just like I feel like once he can kind of stray away from that, I feel like everything is going to kind of come together. So yeah, just I guess be ready for that. I'm excited for
I
that.
have noticed. I noticed that like early on, like I don't know, he's kind of pressing at the plate. He was expanding the zone. I remember in the Baltimore series last week against Felix Bautista, he just looked completely overmatched. 3-pitch strikeout, just completely overmatched. It was not good. But ever since that triple in Baltimore, I think about he's kind of figuring it out. I haven't seen him expand the zone as much. He's getting on base a lot more. I think they said that he's reached base today when he was 0 for 2 after he reached base in 7 of his last 17 at bats, I think it was, or 17 plate appearance. So that doing the math on that, now it would be 8 for his last 19 at bats. So he has been getting on base a lot, and I have noticed that he isn't expanding the zone as much. And great week. I hope he can build on this and keep it going into next week.
Yeah, it's natural. I mean, he's had a couple of big hits, like you mentioned, the triple. He had a double, I think, and obviously he's homer. He's figuring it out. We know based on what they've been saying that like he has always been a slow starter when adjusting to a new level, like
That's true.
going from single A to
noticed
double A to triple A. And the thing with him is that he barely even played in triple A. So now he's basically adjusting to very limited sample size in triple A to the big leagues. And so again, I'm not surprised that he started slow, but he's been good, and I think he's only going to get better.
He will. He will only get better.
With
And
Stanton injury, I think we're going to see him in the leadoff spot a lot more.
Like, and I hate to use a guy that I love as an example, but Gunnar Henderson's been horrible, and he's the number one prospect in all of baseball. So like, it happens. These guys will be fine. Like Gunnar Henderson shouldn't be sent down. He doesn't suck.
Yeah,
of course, Brian
He's
loves
good.
Gunnar Henderson.
he's cool.
What?
He's cool.
Well,
I didn't like him in MLB The Show though.
What is it? What is he? What is the attraction to Gunnar Henderson? I'm curious.
He's just a beast.
He's number one. He's a fun prospect coming up. He's handsome.
Yeah, but he's an O.
So is Adley. You
We've
don't like Adley?
we've talked about before that we don't hate on the O's as much as we do the other 3 teams in the division. Like we don't.
Yeah, I guess we can. I guess we can't really hate on the O's. I mean, like I guess last year, I don't want to say I was rooting for them, but like I was interested in their success that they had, is what I will say.
Success.
You know what? Actually, we haven't talked about this. Why don't we talk about Sterling's call for Volpe? Does anybody have any opinions on that? Or
Oh man, what was it like? Spaghettio was something.
It was
yeah,
it was something Aggie. It was
Anthony
Volpe.
Volpe, a spectacular OG.
Yeah.
Sterling. I would like to have Sterling on the pod and be like, "Why do you think you're Italian?" Because he has all these Italian calls. He has all these Italian calls that he's just not.
Well,
I
how
don't know.
about how about Sterling and Susan calling Oswaldo Cabrera Orlando Cabrera on the broadcast the other day while I was listening in the car.
That was so funny. That was in the Guardians game, right?
Yeah, literally
When he hit the clutch hit.
the big hit. He was like Orlando Cabrera sends one to right field, and I was like, "Who is Orlando Cabrera?" And I was because I just turned the game on in the car, and I wasn't aware of the situation, and I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Did Orlando Cabrera on the Guardians just get a big hit for the team for their team?" And I was like, "That doesn't sound right." I'm like, "They don't have an Orlando Cabrera." And I'm like, the only guy I could think of is Oswaldo. And then they were, talking about how like I don't know who scored, but they were saying like, oh, we'll just say it's like, I don't know, Franchi Cordero scores, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, who the hell is Orlando Cabrera? I was like, oh, okay, Oswaldo. And then Susan was saying Orlando too. It was just like, it was weird, man. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Look, John Sterling, great guy. I'm sure.
Goat, man.
Brian, you met him.
Too...
Brian, why don't you give us a little rundown of when you met him, little play-by-play?
It was a blur, man. He had these big sunglasses on, and he was just like, I don't even remember what he said. Some old guy made a baseball card of him, was trying to give it to him, and he was like, "Oh, thank you." Like that was pretty much it. I got a picture of them. Listen, him and Susan are the goats, man, and they're losing it. We know that. We just, everyone knows that. It's just like I don't know, like the old man that's like reminiscing over the good old days, and he's just talking about, and he doesn't even know where he is, and you're just like, yeah, but yeah, go ahead, buddy. Orlando Cabrera, sure.
Yeah.
Also, I have a kind of funny story about John Sterling. I met him. Me and my family met him in Baltimore when we went to
I
Orioles
didn't know you
Yankees
met him
game.
too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Orioles Yankee. It was like 2008 though, so a while ago. He actually he was hitting on my aunt. Um, yeah, they're listening. They're going to be listening. So shout out the Krasinskis. But yeah. So I remember I actually wasn't there. And they came back and were telling me that he was hitting on my aunt, and I was like, holy, what? John
Wait,
Sterling?
bro,
Is
he's
this Big Steve's
84.
wife, man?
Yeah, wait, Steve's wife?
Yeah, Steve's wife.
Oh
Wow,
no,
Steve.
Steve, you're
Steve,
gonna
let
let
us
that
know.
slide?
Let us know how you felt about that.
Steve, you're gonna let that slide? Come on, man.
But and also John Sterling, I laugh every time I'm listening to him because he'll remember exactly what happened in a 1951 Cardinals versus Giants game, whatever. And then he won't remember that 2017 the Yankees made the playoffs. Like he won't remember what year Judge was a rookie. Like I've noticed that in his
I guess
broadcast. It's hilarious.
that's just what happens when you get old, right? I guess.
Yeah, man, he's not getting any younger.
Anyways, I guess one of you brought up someone that I felt was a good segue to my Yankee of the week. Do you guys want to guess my Yankee of the
Is
week?
it Franchi?
So it was Franchi, but I decided to change it.
You're changing it now.
Let's
Yeah.
just talk about Franchi after the Yankee of the week because he deserves some love.
He does deserve some love.
Your Yankee of the week, if it's not
I
Franchi,
don't think you're gonna get it.
Is it good or bad?
Both.
Both.
it's both good and bad.
IKF,
No.
Trevino, Cabrera.
No.
No, stop guessing, everybody.
Just reading the lineup.
Danny's
I
just
want-
going down the roster sheet.
I know this is a joke. Stanton.
It is Stanton. It is
Oh, okay.
Stanton.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk about Stanton for a number of reasons. Obviously, because today he went on the injured list with that hamstring injury that he's getting an MRI on that we don't have any word on yet on the severity. But Giancarlo Stanton was looking really, really good up until this point of the time of his injury. And I said to you guys, my bold prediction on the year could see Stanton and Judge in a home run race at the end of the year. Man, they were both hitting home runs. Like they're both hitting home run. I mean, I guess how many home runs is Stanton up to?
4.
4. So him and Judge are both at 4, right? Or is Judge at 5
Judge is
now?
5.
Judge has 5. Okay, so I mean they're both neck and neck. So like, if this is a longer injury, which usually Stanton's injuries tend to be very, very long, a couple months.
Couple weeks. I wanna say
That
couple-
that bold prediction might be down the tubes. I'm a little
I
upset.
took his over, Brian. The lock of the year. I took his over.
It was the lock of the year if he didn't get injured. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I want to see the timetable. I am gonna agree that I'm leaning towards it's probably gonna be long. And you guys know that Stanton's one of my favorite players I love.
So what Michael K was saying on the broadcast today, he said that yesterday, right away, like Stanton signaled to the dugout when he was chugging for second base, and they were saying like they already knew it was bad when he came out of the game, and like that's like they knew they were gonna put him on the IL like last night, and they haven't even gotten an MRI yet, which
Yeah.
shows that it's like already bad.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Meanwhile, if that ball, it's so frustrating. 'Cause that ball just hit the top of the ball, and if it went out, he's not even hurt.
And no,
Yeah.
and if he pimped that because he thought it was out, and so if he didn't pimp it and he just lollygagged into second, he wouldn't have been hurt. But he actually had to hustle because
Meanwhile, Michael
Bro, he
K
was
thought that was
running
out of the
yesterday.
stadium.
What'd you say, Brian?
Michael K thought that it was out of the stadium. He was
yeah,
like,
Michael K is losing it a little bit too.
He was like a long home run. He's like, it's actually off the wall. Like, how do you go from a long home run to it's not even out?
Michael K thought,
Anyway,
Danny, Michael K thought that he lost his leash because that puppy was gone.
Yeah. Me and Chase co-op joke there for MLB The Show. We're beasts.
yeah.
But
Anyway.
but also like it was funny in the dugout. Rizzo and Volpe were like so confused on how that ball didn't go out, and Volpe said after that Rizzo was telling him that every time Stanton hits a ball like that, it goes out. Like Rizzo was just in shock that it wasn't a home run, just like everybody was. I thought it was gone
yeah,
too.
I think
was
we were all
standing up.
shocked. I think that was kind of the norm with everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like he's been raking up until this point. Like his last 15 games, 269 average with a 558 slug and a 296 on base percentage. Obviously, oh wait, Stanton's up to
269.
4 home runs. Never mind, I read that wrong. But yeah, on the season, hitting 269, 854 OPS. Like he was having, a good start to the year, and like to see this happen now. And like I was saying to you guys, I've said it many times, like when Stanton's locked in, he's locked in. Like he's looked locked in for most of his at-bats this season so far. And now it's like when he comes off the IL, he's gonna have to do another whole, ramp up process that will probably take him another couple weeks until he's at, full strength. So um, a big loss already on top of a ton of different injuries that the Yankees are dealing with. Didn't we have someone else go to the IL like the other day? Am I forgetting some? Oh no, DJ almost went to the IL, but he's fine now.
Yeah.
That's
Got Donaldson coming back on Wednesday. Oh, and Peraza is called up for in the Stanton injury roster spot. Peraza is up in the big leagues.
Yeah,
We'll see how long he
one
stays
day.
here.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll actually get at bats. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
I
don't think-
A Ben Rortvedt situation where he's up here, doesn't play in a single game, and then just gets sent back down.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate. I think I speak for all of us when I say that losing Stanton's a monumental blow. So, they got to just stay the course until he comes back and hope that we have a quick rehab process.
And it's almost like how we were talking about Sevy. You almost expect it to happen, but you just hope it's not long term and he gets back pretty soon.
right.
Yeah, when I was putting my lock of the year, I was saying like barring injury, and the reason the line was so low is because of injury, and of course Vegas always knows. So, of course, Stan's hurt, and it sucks, man. Always think he's been like unfairly hated on for his time as Yankee, but the one thing I would say you can give him shit for is this guy is very rarely healthy for an extended period of time. I don't know if you guys saw in the Yes pregame that they said Stanton has spent 39.9% of games as a Yankee on the IL, and that is just
Holy crap.
crazy.
That's
That's a nuts stat. And when he is playing, he's so good, and it's so frustrating, especially after a good start. And it makes me sad. And we need Bader back even more because that bald fuck is the worst player in baseball.
Bader's getting at bats soon, so he's on the way.
So that's gonna be big, but yeah, hopefully Stan can get back soon.
Yep. Devastating news. But I guess, in other good news, we could talk a little bit about this Twin series, how things kind of started off very bleak, very, very bleak.
Terrible.
And then things kind of trended towards the better. It's because it started off on, what was it, Friday night? Was it Friday night or Thursday night?
Yeah. Oh no, Thursday night. It was a 4-game set, so it was Thursday night. It started 9-run first inning.
Yeah, 9-run first inning. I think I was very excited for this game because it was like I think it was a very nice day out, and I was like, oh, it's gonna feel like summer base. It's gonna feel like summer baseball. Got the Yankees and Twins coming on, like a good game. Like Twins are looking good so far. Yankees are looking good. Gonna be a good game. 9-run first inning for Johnny Brito. Very gross. I mean, Brian, I think you put it best when you were talking about Brito in the 7-run first inning for Brito. Sorry.
And then he two gave up. Brewer gave up 2.
Yeah. Brian, I think you put it best in the group chat when you said, I'll just let you speak for yourself when you spoke about the Brito being a reliever with his
Yeah, so obviously I cannot remember an inning that bad, especially first inning. Like, when's the last time the Yankees gave up 9 runs in one inning?
It was their worst. It was their worst inning since It was their worst first inning since 2000. I think I saw on Twitter.
It was like the toughest watch I've had in so long. Like I was at my friend's house. We all get excited to watch these games, and then like, oh my god, and like immediately how bad that was. And yeah, back to Brito, who started this game obviously and was quickly out of it. He had 2 very good starts to start the year, but the more I watch him, he's either throwing a fastball or a changeup. He only has 2 pitches, and if you only have 2 pitches, it's really difficult to be a successful starter at the big league level. And after his 2 starts, I think the Twins saw enough of him to realize what was happening. You're either getting a fastball or a changeup, and he pounds the zone. So like, as a big league team, I'm like, these guys should be in attack mode. Sit on something. You got a 50% chance at it. And that really, shifted my whole, that start really shifted my whole viewing on Brito. Like, now I'm back to thinking, that he's not very good, where I was really excited for. But you can't really just be a 2-pitch pitcher like that in the big leagues as a starter. And, yeah, like Chase kind of hinted at before, maybe somewhere down the line he'd be an effective reliever, a short reliever with those 2 pitches because they're solid. Like, his changeup is good. His fastball's okay. Has a little bit of sink to it. but big league team, especially a good one like the Twins, are going to be able to sit on that. And that was just brutal. Like it was literally like batting practice out there. So
Yeah,
we were
I
all
noticed.
calling for Brito, and now I don't really want to see him again. So
I noticed that, and even in his good starts, he's saying like the league is eventually going to catch up, and he does have the makings of being a really good reliever has two dominant pitches. Like you don't need three as a reliever. They kept saying that he's trying to develop his slider, whatever, but I don't know. He's developing his slider 2 weeks into his first MLB season. I don't really know how realistic that is. So I definitely could see him as a good reliever with two really good pitches, but he's not a starter if he doesn't get that slider. And I just thought Brian was frozen. He was being very still, but
no, it's and to go back to his first two starts that are good. Like it's actually usually difficult for MLB teams to hit guys they've never seen before. I can't remember who it was. I think the Guardians started someone against us. It was his first big league start, and he like shut us down, and it was so frustrating.
That's
but, like,
every pitcher with us though. Everyone that gets their first start against the Yankees always carves us up.
we never seen him.
But I think it's for a reason. Yeah, it's hard. Like these guys have seen almost everybody, but when you haven't seen a guy like that, a starter, like it's tough. You have no idea what to expect, and that's how Brito got away with the first two starts. But now, like I said, the Twins saw enough, and they just, I mean, it was like insane. Like you almost wanted to believe that he was tipping, but he wasn't. Like it was really bad.
And something kind of cool from that first inning, from a baseball perspective, kind of cool, not from us being Yankee fans perspective. Eduardo Julian, he WBC guy, Canadian, but he he got his first MLB hit and first MLB home run in that same inning. I don't know when that's ever happened before.
Probably never happened before.
He got his first MLB hit and first home run. So as like a baseball fan, that's kind of freaking cool. Like getting your first hit and home run and out of the way in the same goddamn inning as the leadoff hitter. But yeah, just all around bad game, and then wasn't good the next day either.
It was weird, man. It was like Brito's been so good up until that game, and he gave up, what was it? He gave up I'm looking right now. He gave up, oh wow, he only gave up one home run in that inning. Really interesting.
They were just batting him around the yard.
Brito only gave up one home run that inning. But then
Brewer gave up two, I think, right?
Brewer gave up three.
Well, two in the first inning, I meant. Like he ended up giving up.
Yeah. So Brito like came in 7 earned runs, and I'm like, wow, like I didn't even know what to think. And I was saying to you guys, like, I was like, is this because it's like hot out? Like, because like obviously like when it was hot out, like the ball carries more. And it was just like, it was just a weird feeling. And then like Brewer comes in, and then Brewer also is like shitting the bed, and it's like, what's going on? And it was just like one of those nights. And then, I mean, we even got to a point where we got to see IKF on the mound, which was just insane.
God, yeah,
Stupid. I hate that shit.
Think about.
He had a scoreless inning.
Yeah, so it
and
was.
He also threw the slowest pitch in tracked in Yankees history.
Nothing else to go ahead, Danny.
Even Brewer coming in and pitching horrible, 4 runs in 3 1/3. But it was it's weird because Brewer had that Houdini act against Cleveland, the bases loaded, no out. I kind of want to give him a shout out for that. That was crazy, bases loaded, no out, getting out of it. But yeah, it's just an all around bad game. I mean, 11-2. When you're down 9-0 in the first inning, like it's kind of hard to hit. Like I've played in those games, I've been on both sides, and it's kind of like game just drags on at that point. Like not even really playing. You're just playing because the game's over. You're already looking forward to the next game. But yeah, it was rough. And then the next day, Clay Holmes was rough.
Well, before we get to that, I do want to give a shout out to Rizzo because the only guy that showed up in that game, he was the best Yankee on the field. Did he have 2 homers or 1?
2.
Yeah, he had 2 homers in that game. But I just wanted to use that as just to mention how good Rizzo's been. Like we all predicted a big year out of him without the shift. And he starts off, he's hitting .315 with 4 homers, 9 RBI. And he has a 980 OPS. Just a quick shout out to Rizzo because he has been really, really good. So I'm excited for his whole season, especially without a shift. And he would have been a great Yankee of the Week candidate that I kind of forgot about until we mentioned this game. But yeah, Rizzo's
that's a good point.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I remember that back to our offseason episode, Brian, when you asked us to where did the lineup improve, and I said Rizzo with no shift, and he's showing that right now. .315 average. Love to see it.
The following game, after that 11-2 disgusting blunder, the Yankees went in, started off hot. Volpe gets his first career home run. Judge follows him up. Judge hits a home run. I think the Yankees were up 3-0 or 2-0 until they decided to bring in Clay Holmes against the righties in the middle of the order to get him out. Clay Holmes, once again, it's like clockwork, blows yet another game. Did you guys see anything in particular from Clay Holmes that made you think, maybe he was just unlucky today, or maybe it was just like, oh no, okay,
He
no, this
just
guy's just bad.
sucks.
Yeah.
Unlucky today.
Maybe
He
he's just
just
bad.
sucks.
Maybe he's just
He's
really
like
bad.
when you're unlucky every outing, maybe you just suck. I'm sorry, but I've been the biggest Clay hater, and I'm still a Clay hater. He actually had like 2 consecutive good outings, and I was like, okay, and then he's been terrible since then.
In
It
Cleveland, he
sucks to
almost blew
lose
the
a
game.
game.
Blew the Nestor
Sucks to lose
start.
a game when Judge, Stanton, and Volpe homer. We know the stats when Judge and Stanton homer in the same game are like favor the Yankees heavily. Plus the Volpe lead off. Like when that happened, and I got so pissed because after the game, I saw on Twitter like Barstool Baseball posted a video of Judge's homer and was like, it was right after it happened. And so like back to your regularly scheduled program of the Yankees owning the Twins because we have, and then they ended up going on to lose that game, and it's just so frustrating because it's Clay over and over and over blowing the save. And for some reason, it appears that he's still going to be, he's still the guy. I wonder who Boone would have went to if Cole, let's say had like
Clay Holmes was
120
warming
pitches.
up in the bullpen.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. How could he still be the guy? I don't know what
I
more
don't
Boone
know.
has to see. I don't know. He's just terrible. He can't be the closer anymore.
I
My
forget the
Marinaccio prediction, I really hope comes true.
I forget the exact date, but I saw on Twitter like towards like the middle to end of last year. I think it was like the end of July since the end of July last year. He's like a 5.4 ERA or something like that, or maybe even it was a little higher than that. It's not good. He's not the dominant guy we had in the beginning of last season when he was automatic, but he's not that guy anymore. And I'm trying to find his splits, but just it's bad, very bad, very, very, very.
He
bad.
hasn't been that guy in a long time. It's time to make the move. It's time to make the move where he's not pitching in high leverage situations until he can prove that he can pitch in high leverage situations again, because he's quite literally costing us games every single time he's on the mound. Every time he's on the mound, we lose. So,
And even in the Guardians game where Cabrera had the clutch hit in the top of the night to take the lead. Franchi had the game tying home run. He loaded the base in that game and he was just walking guys and he looked terrible and he ended up getting out of it. Like lucky he ended up getting out of it, but just a shake. Like he's never confident with him in the game now. When it was like at the beginning of last year when he was in the game, we won. Like that was it. We won the game. But it's not that anymore. Like if he's in the game, I feel like we lost it.
Yeah. It felt like Minnesota definitely stole that game, especially after Nestor threw 7 innings of 2-run baseball. So it was like just a really deflating loss after that 11-2 loss. It was like, oh my God. It was like, can this get any worse? And it did. I mean,
one of my least favorite things in all baseball, specifically with the Yankees, is when I feel like we wasted good things. Like you wasted Nestor's start. You wasted the Volpe, Judge, and Stanton homers. It's infuriating when you play 8 innings, when you play great 8 innings, and then Clay comes out there and blows it. There's nothing that makes me more angry. Like that loss was 10 times worse than the 11-2 loss because I was just from the start. I'm like, okay, like this game's over. But that was terrible.
I'm just not quite sure what more they need to see from Clay though. Like what are they banking on him coming back? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. What would it have taken? Like, what if he blew it today? What if he wasted Cole's dominance? Like, is that the time to be like, oh, maybe he's not the guy?
I really don't know.
And it's just so annoying because this bullpen is so banged up. Loizac's going to be out for a little while. Canely just got transferred to the 60-day IL. Who knows when Trevino's going to be back? It's just we don't have many guys, but we don't have many guys to go to. But Clay Holmes isn't the guy to go to anymore. Like even like try Ronnie, try Wandy, like just try even Big Al. Big Al, even I'd rather see out there than Clay. I have more confidence in Albert Abreu than I do Clay Holmes. I've been on the Albert Abreu train. Chase, I've been fighting you on it, but I like Albert Abreu. He's been really good since last year. Like I love Albert Abreu now. Like we like to make fun of him, but he had a really good season for us last year. He's a really good start to the season for us this year. I'd rather see Albert Abreu out there than Clay Holmes.
Look, that's fine, but like this bullpen is like it's the Yankees' own doing. Like I feel like they tried to address it, the bullpen concerns. Like they lost
fully healthy.
Chapman.
I like the bullpen. Fully healthy. I did
Chapman.
like the bullpen.
And they already had like 3 guys coming off of injuries. They have like think about it, like Scott Efros. Like what is the last thing you've heard about Scott Efros? Like when is he coming
Probably
back?
the season. I mean, he had late Tommy John surgery last year. Maybe like September he'll be back, but
like Johnny Loizaga is now hurt again, and it's like they don't know, like he had like elbow tightness, I think it was. Like they don't know, I guess, whether or not he'll need surgery. It's
Well, a
just a
couple
mess right
weeks
now.
before he's even going to throw again.
If this team's gonna have a chance, um, they're gonna have to make a lot of moves in the bullpen because this bullpen will not survive. I can't say cannot, it will not survive.
Yeah, I mean, I like our bullpen fully healthy. I think Canely was a great addition. I like Trevino. We like Lou Trevino. Loizaga, we know, has it. I like this bullpen when it's fully healthy. It's just the problem is, are they going to ever be fully healthy? And also, we don't have a definite closer. I hate a closer by committee. I know it works in some instances, but I really don't like it. I miss the
I
days of
hate it
Mariano
too.
Rivera going out there. I miss the days of lights out Aroldis Chapman going out there. I miss those. I can't stand because no matter who they bring in now, it's a committee. So you're like, you're not really confident in anyone.
It's not a committee though. It's Clay
It's
Holmes.
just Clay Holmes.
It's
Yeah,
Clay Holmes. Yeah.
but that's what it's going towards a committee with if Clay
Yeah, it
Holmes
is.
sucks.
It definitely is. It's a mess. But anyways, moving on to the next game. Yankees finally got back on track. Finally, because they needed that game. Domingo Germán came in and absolutely shoved. I mean, he was flawless yesterday.
Perfect into the sixth.
Perfect game into the sixth inning. Ended up giving up 1 run on 11 strikeouts. Is that a career high? It's got to be a career high for him, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Six runs. Danny, what did you see from Germán yesterday?
Dominance, really. I saw dominance. I saw the Twins not knowing what to do with him. They tried to get him for cheating because Germán likes doing the Roslin bag, and he likes hitting that. So the umpire told him to wash his hands, whatever. He went back out and he picked it back up again. He's like, "All right, wash your hands, bro." So at that moment, I was like, "Wait, is Germán cheating? Because you got to get thrown out." Even Germán said, "Like I thought I was about to get thrown out, but I wasn't even doing anything wrong." But Rocco Baldelli was heated. He got thrown out of that game, and he said that the umpires handled it. But I don't know if he was just using Roslin, but whatever. So he escaped that. Dominance. He had that perfect game through the sixth. Like it was awesome to see. Like especially since he's fighting for the fifth job after Brito had that blow up. Schmidt hasn't looked great as a starter, and Germán hasn't even looked great as a starter. I know he did whatever in the Guardian start, but he was out early and he really didn't pitch well at all. He didn't have his command. He walked like 5 batters, I think, in the Guardians game. So this was a huge game for him, trying to win that fifth starter job when we're healthy. We have Rodon and Sevy coming right around the corner in a couple of weeks. They'll be back.
Fingers crossed. Even though Rodon suffered another setback.
Early May is the hopes for both of those guys. So I mean, I've been on the Germán train, wanting him to be the fifth starter. I've wanted it. You guys know I've wanted it. Just because Schmidt and Brito now, they both are guys with just 2 really good pitches, and Clark Schmidt also can't get lefties out to save his life. So that can't happen if you're a starter. So I've been really wanting Germán to show something to the Yankees and prove that he could be. And this was a great outing into doing that. Hopefully he could continue in the next couple of starts he has before our guys are back.
Yeah. And I'm just seeing that the Rays had a crazy double play to end the game. So sorry. I just got an update for that. I was distracted by that. But Kyle Captain America Higashioka saved the season yesterday. When we needed it most. Brian, big Higgy guy. I know you love Higgy. I don't know. I feel like Trevino is a better defender, but like how much of a better defender is Trevino than Higgy?
A lot.
How much better of a defender is Trevino than Higgy to earn Trevino the starting job? Like, because Trevino is a black hole at the plate. Like so far, he's been a black hole.
Higgy's hitting 152, man. I mean, Higgy's got power. Higgy's got more power than Trevino, but in 20 at bats, he has not looked. In 20 at bats, he has 3 hits, and 2 of them are home runs.
20 at bats.
Yeah, but it's not like he's great at the plate either. I don't know. I don't like
Trevino flashes. He's shown flashes. Trevino hasn't really done that at all this year.
Trevino's had a couple clutch hits. We know Trevino's a little clutch.
I like Trevino. I loved him last year. I don't know.
And Higgy's going to play at least once every series. Like the Yankees do that with their catchers. So Higgy's going to get his playing time. And the Platinum Glove winner behind the plate, I like. I don't know.
I guess that's fair. It's fair.
But yeah, I did say, I think, was it the last episode or did I say that on PlayStation? I don't remember. But if Higgy does hit for power, then I do see like a little more of a rotation. Instead of 2 out of 3 each series for Trevino, it'll be 2 out of 3 for Trevino this series. Next series, 2 out of 3 for Higashioka. I can see that happening. I definitely can see that happening, but I don't think Higgy will just take over as the starter. Like I could definitely see it more of a split.
If he keeps playing like Captain America, he could. You never know.
If he ever plays like Captain America, because
he's so inspirational.
He's so good. I can't say I'm surprised.
So good. Stop it.
Anyways,
Chase. Remember last year when Brian said there was a stretch where Nobody
you
could
couldn't
get
get this
Iggy
guy
out.
out. Couldn't get this guy
It
out.
was true. It was the Blue Jays series, man. It was the Blue Jays series in like Buffalo. I'll never
It
forget
never
it.
happened.
He couldn't get him out.
It happened.
Today, Yankees followed up yesterday's win with a 2-0 shutout. We spoke about Gerrit Cole already. Got to Pablo Lopez. DJ LeMahieu got to Pablo Lopez. That's who got to Pablo Lopez. RBI single, home run just off the top of the wall for DJ.
Short porch.
Short
Job.
porch job by DJ.
Counts.
Up to now, 283 on the year with a 543 slug for DJ. Very interesting. Is there a little power surge for DJ in this?
I mean, we've seen power from DJ in the past. I want to keep seeing it.
543 though.
I mean, well, it is
It's high.
46 at bats.
543 is high.
Yeah, it's 46 at bats.
Even through
I mean,
46 at
that'll
bats, I feel like it's high.
regression to the mean. I mean, it will, but I've been loving what I've seen for DJ. He's back. He's so back. Even today when he got out, he ripped that ball to center. He hit it right on the screws, so he looked good today. He was the only one that got to Pablo Lopez. I mean, Pablo Lopez was dominating us. It's 2 mistakes to DJ for an RBI single and a home run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
DJ's back.
DJ's
He's
been
back.
looking good, and then
And I like him in RBI spots. He's clutch.
And then obviously, Gerrit Cole, banana gobbler, big belly, short hair, just absolutely shoving today. I mean, I can't get enough of that performance. I'm probably gonna go back and watch the highlights after we're done recording because it was that good. Yeah, it's great to see. And then we got the Los Angeles Angels coming into town in the coming week. Do we get to face Shohei? Do we
No.
know?
He's pitching tomorrow.
He's pitching tomorrow.
He's pitching tomorrow?
They have like a weird Patriots Day thing where the Angels and Red Sox are playing one game tomorrow, and then they come here.
That stinks because we actually killed Ohtani at home.
I know.
Yeah.
I would love to
Have
see
we-
him
I don't think we
falter in the
faced
Bronx
him-
again.
I don't think we.
They probably
faced
did
him
that
on
on
the road
purpose.
yet. I don't think we faced him on the road yet.
Yeah, I've never really seen that. They had a 4-game series starting on Friday, so and then it goes into Monday. I've never really seen that before. Weird, but Ohtani's pitching then. They play at 11 a.m. on Monday.
Oof.
But they were saying like the Twins can't even travel to Boston tonight because the Twins play in Boston next. They said they couldn't even travel because the Angels had to stay the extra night on Monday to play, so they can't. They have to wait till tomorrow to travel to Boston, which a little weird. But yeah, not seeing Ohtani, which is upsetting.
Well, it's Tuesday. We have a battle of 2 heavyweights, Clark Schmidt and Jose Suarez.
Should be
Two
fun.
heavyweights.
Clark's got an 8 ERA. Jose's got a 10. So
We got the upper hand.
yeah, so it should be good. I might take the
Got the
over.
upper
I might
hand.
take the over.
Yeah,
The over could be in play in this game.
you
Shout
think
out
the
to
over's a lock, but that's when you take the under, Brian. You think the over's a lock, that's
Well,
when
I
it
mean,
goes under.
Vegas is probably going to set the over under for this game at like 21. So I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see about that. Shout out to Stanzo on Twitter, who has my favorite meme going right now. When Clark pitches, he has the picture of him that says Clark bumped a where in deep Schmidt.
Oh,
He actually had it. It used to say you're in deep Schmidt, but now he had to change it to where in deep Schmidt because Clark has been so bad.
yeah. We have Schmidt and Brito back to back. Tuesday, Wednesday. Not super confident. I mean, in our pitching, I think our lineup is going to be able to win against Jose Suarez, Griffin Canning on Wednesday, but then we have Nestor on Thursday. So win one of these next 2 games with Brito or Schmidt on the mound. Win the series with Nestor on Thursday. Keep it going.
Getting a little bit of a homecoming with Logan O'Hoppe and Gio Urshela coming back
There you go.
to New York. So
Oh, one of my best friends from here, Logan O'Hoppe, hit a bomb off him back in high school.
My cousin is like actually good friends with Logan. He's actually been he's been like really good.
He looks good. Yeah, he's looking good. And apparently he's been calling good games behind the plate. Like he's been Ohtani's catcher, and Ohtani likes him.
imagine catching Ohtani. Could you
I think,
imagine
like,
that?
obviously, throughout the first whatever we've had, I think he's been probably the best rookie in the AL.
Like
Yeah.
you look at Ohtani, and a lot of people already consider him the greatest baseball player of all time. Imagine catching the greatest baseball player of all time as a rookie. It's insane,
Sick.
mind-boggling, especially in Los Angeles. But and then after that we got Toronto before we get back on the mic for another episode. Then we got Toronto. Danny, I think you already previously mentioned Manoah. We're gonna face him, Manoah Cole. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to that.
I think if my math was correct, it should be Manoah Cole.
Yeah, it is Manoah Cole. I see it. It's
right.
slated for Saturday.
It'll be fun for us.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, never mind. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
because
no.
we'll have Herman on Friday.
Friday's Apple TV, bro.
Oh my god, dude.
I don't have Apple
Why?
TV.
Why?
What do you mean why? I
They
don't
not
have.
show
No,
that on.
why is it Apple TV? Not why don't you have Apple TV? I don't have Apple TV.
But can you still see it on MLB.com if you pay for it? You got to be able to.
No,
Oh,
well, we're
boy.
in New York. We won't be able to. It'll be blacked out for us. You'll be able to watch it, I think.
I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Yo, give us. You may as well. We may as well get you a live stream. You could just do the play-by-play the whole
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
for us. But yeah, good stretch. Donaldson, bringer of rain, coming back soon. We'll see.
Bringer of rain, yay. That's back.
Shout out to I'm remembering who's tweeting this stuff now, but shout out to Joe Randazzo on Twitter who made me laugh today with the tweet right after the Stanton news who said Donaldson's on his way back as if this day couldn't get any worse. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, well, and also quick mention of the Rays, pretty historic starts, 13-0 to start the year.
Fuck the Rays. Don't give
We
them
got to
any
talk about them a little
props.
bit. They're in our division. We're 10-6 right now. We haven't lost a series yet, but the Rays are sitting here at 14-2. They're really good, and we play them first week in May. I'm excited to play them. I'm excited to see them.
I'm not excited.
They're a really good team, man. They're hitting for power. Their pitching staff is sick. They're a really good team. We're gonna beat them.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that when the day comes.
I think the
But-
narrative has to change with me loving every other
You
team
do.
besides the
You
Yankees
love
to
everybody.
Danny loving the
How do
You
I
were like-
love them? I'm not saying I love them. I'm saying they're a really good team.
Ugh.
I hate the Rays, but they're a really good team.
You
I'm
were
just saying what I like it
gushing
is.
over Eduardo
I
Julian's
can't just say that.
inning
We have to
against
talk.
us.
We're talking about our
Love that.
division. Like that
You
counts
loved
for the Yankees.
Eduardo
We're talking about
Julian's
our
specifically.
division. We're talking about our division. Like that's what. Like what? We're talking about our division. It has to do with the Yankees. They started 14-2.
Yeah, fuck him.
It's really good.
Fuck the
Yeah, fuck them.
Rays.
But they started 14-2.
Fuck
They're
Eduardo
really good.
Julian. I hate him.
Danny loves the Rays. Danny loves
Get
the
out of here.
Orioles.
We're not doing that to me.
He loves the
Brian.
Mets.
Like Brian. No, we're not even doing this. Brian loves Brandon Lau. Like we're not doing this.
Danny's a big
Brian,
Mets guy
what you say
too.
Brian loves Brandon Lau?
Brandon Lau.
You love Brandon Lau?
Brian does.
Oh,
Oh,
Brian has always
sucks.
said he
Danny's-
loves him. He loves his swing. Brian's always said he loves him.
Danny loves the Mets. Oh God,
Yeah,
we know about
okay.
that.
Brian
Okay.
loves Pete.
Brian.
Oh, that guy
Brian's
is
a Red
like my
Sox
least favorite
fanatic.
athlete.
Brian is like obsessed with Devers. He was
Yeah.
obsessed with Xander.
Verdugo.
Bullshit. Like I'm mentioning the Yankees division that we all had them winning. Got to mention what's going on in the Yankees division. What's happening right now?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. We could sign off with this then. With the Rays' historic start, is there a level of concern increasing for you guys at the Yankees already with this? I think 5-game deficit, 4-game deficit for the rest of the year in terms of winning the division with less division games. Is there a level of concern increasing for you guys?
No,
And we'll
the
finish
Rays
with
will
that.
go in a bad. The Rays will inevitably go in a bad stretch. Every team does.
Regression to the mean. But I did see like the Rays starting 13-0. Like after their 13 wins, if they play 500 baseball the rest of the way, that's 95 wins on the year. But regression to the mean. I'm a big believer of regression to the mean. Not worried. Yankees are the best team in this division. Not worried.
Yanks in 4, Knicks in 4, Sixers in 4.
Nets in 6. Nets in 6. Nets will win in 6.
We'll see about that. Anyways, thank you. Oh, do you guys have anything else you want to say before we go?
Go Yankees. Off days
Thanks.
suck. Hate off days.
I know. I'm already dreading tomorrow. What am I gonna do?
What am I-
I have work tomorrow, so I'm not gonna miss the game. Thank God. Anyways,
I actually have my wiffle ball finals. That's what I'll do. Let's go. Go
Good luck.
PED users.
you're the leadoff, right? You're the leadoff man.
Yeah.
Nice. You're the DJ of the
PED
crew.
users go.
Thank you all for listening. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Spread on the News, Twitter at official STN Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube at Spread on the News. TikTok, Spread on the News, all there. You can see it in our graphic here if you're on YouTube already. Follow these guys on Twitter. Have their new Twitters going. Brian's been going ham with his Twitter. I see it all the time.
I got to
Um,
start. I've been tweeting on the Spread in the News account, so I haven't been
have.
doing personal much.
Brian's
I
been
have
going
to.
ham on it. So make sure to give him a follow. Got some funny, some good stuff on there. And yeah, let's go Yanks. And we will see you
Yanks.
all next week on episode 42, a week after Jackie Robinson Day. Peace.